Peter hardly talks about money. He knows how to think about value. Please give him a warm welcome, Peter van Hees.
Hi, Mom. On the Tomorrowland stage. Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk about customer experience. Customer experience in the last couple of years has fundamentally changed our life. If you just think about it, it's become inconvenient to become inconvenient. This morning, an app reinstall forced me to log in again. Can you imagine? Does anybody remember the days where you needed your bank card reader to process a payment? It's getting silent. Choice. We have an abundance of choice because of customer experience. The retail shelves, they're limited, but if you go into the digital space, choice enough. And in terms of customer service, bad customer service gets you frontline news, not really where you want to be. Does anybody have an idea what the world record is of the longest service call? 10 hours and 43 minutes. I agree, a little exaggeration, but it's just showing you how far we're pushing the boundary in terms of customer experience. Money. We've completely changed our behavior, how we're dealing with money. If you just think about it, we step into a store, look up the price, find a better price online, and we order online. Or we do our homework and then go to the shop to find the best price, best product. Experience, I think this event embellishes. It's basically redefined what experience is. But also in retail stores, there's shops where you can experience your products. There's a shop in Germany where you can jump in your kayak, where you can experience the water even before experiencing anything else. In terms of orientation, our orientation has completely changed. We used to go to a store, we used to explain our problem, the teller would used to advise us on a solution and even propose us a product. Today, most of you are using Google, the smart ones are already using ChatGPT. You look up your problem, you find your product, and then you go to the teller, you explain him why you need that product. In terms of trust, trust has become super important. Basically, if you damage the trust, your customers will run away, and you have to be very careful because all of your customers are interconnected. And in terms of personalization, we want everything to be personalized. We want everything to be catered according to our context. 80 apps. The average amount of apps you've installed on your smartphone. I'm a little bit of a digital obese. I've got 150 apps. Still, of those 80 apps, you're only using 30 apps on a monthly basis. And only 10 of those you're using on a daily basis. Yet, the App Store is full of apps. And it's become inconvenient to install an app. Yes, there is an app for that, but we're not installing apps anymore. My birthday is coming up, the 7th of August. Mark it down in your agenda. I love presents, but actually, I would love this one big present where everything comes together. And that's the same in terms of apps. Those 10 apps, they're extending their product way beyond the core product that they're offering as a company. They're extending the customer journey, and they're basically offering services and third parties, integrating them into the journey. And this obviously is leading us to what Elon Musk is calling X now, the super apps. Apps that are so important in our life that they dominate our life. It would be really strange to not have them anymore. But let's be serious. All this customer experience, is it really solving our fundamental problems? I doubt it. Most of you probably have a house. Big challenges in the house. I need to renovate my house. I need to improve my energy. Can I afford my house? What's my total cost of living? Or energy. Energy prices spiked in December. They're okay again. They'll spike again later this year. What type of energy should I invest in? How do I move to a better and more sustainable way of energy? Health. I've got my Strava app when I go running. I've got my Fitbit on. I go to the shop. I scan all the labels. I go to the doctor on a yearly basis. But really helping me to provide a better and healthier life, customer experience is not really there yet. And in terms of mobility, not really a headache, but I'm a big fan of multi-mobility. So I live only about 10 kilometers away from here. I love riding my bike to the train station, jumping onto the train, then taking the bus, sometimes taking a bike or renting a bike. That's not one customer experience. Multi-mobility is still a mess. Tying all these things together, I'm trying to lead a more sustainable life. And that's the big challenge in life. How can customer experience change that? And the fundamental issues that we have is that all of these silos to create these customer experiences holds specific sets of data. We have a silo where our financial data is stored. We have a silo where our energy data is stored, our housing data. I think healthcare is spread all over a couple of silos. And basically what we need to do is to interconnect those silos to create the customer experiences that really make a difference in life. And that's what ecosystems is all about. I know it's a vague and a big term. I've got my own definition for it. It's a little bit like a marketplace driven by data, and where in multiple steps we can solve the bigger issues in life. Now, what do we need to do to create these ecosystems, or is it justified? Well, the first step, think about these silos. We need to be able to interconnect those silos. So we basically need partnerships. We need a triple win. We need a win for both partners, but we also need a win for the customer. The consumer needs to basically benefit from the solution as well. Secondly, we need data. And when I talk about data, I'm not talking about creating this Uber silo where we put everything together. No, I'm talking about the customer being in control of his data and basically sharing his data in a safe way to basically address these bigger issues in life. I'm talking about technologies like solids. They're not yet widespread, but we're laying the foundation to create them. And in multi-steps, there is no single solution that addresses all of the issues that you have or face in life. It will be a multi-step journey. So from step to step, we will guide you. Just think about renovating your house. You're starting by just doing an assessment of the energy performance. What are the first steps that I need to take? And so on. And we need orchestration in that whole journey, because my steps are completely different than your steps. So basically, an orchestrator needs to guide a customer through all these steps. And that's exactly what my colleagues are doing. Katrien, Tim, I was going to call you out, Christophe, Karen. We are trying to tackle the challenge of ecosystems, trying to create customer experiences that address these bigger challenges in life. Our internal mantra, inspired by one of the best books ever written, is called The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective House. And basically the house ties it all together. If you buy an electric car, the car comes with a charger, which is connected to the energy grid in the house. Energy needs to be optimized from an energy performance. Basically, it ties it all together, and we're trying to lead a healthy life in our house. As a first step in the 7 habits, we're focused on identifying that energy silos. Inside the energy consumption, we're trying to define and find the old appliances that are guzzling up a lot of energy. And on the other hand, we're working with partners to help customers change those appliances, trying to save time and money for our customers. The second step is moving on to energetic renovations. Assessing the situation, we've invested in a startup that provides an insight in the renovation costs. And on the other side, we've invested in a startup that provides installations as a service, helps customers perform or implement these energetic renovations. We're doing the same for solar, trying to move the energetic house to solar, to sustainable energy. And also there, we're working for home battery installations. We're working together with a lot of partners that can help implement those challenges. Next step is home energy management systems. And Dries is in the audience somewhere. There he is. So we're working with a partner called Life Power, which implements a home energy management system. You might wonder, a home energy management system, what does it do? Well, it's basically just intelligence that's looking at the consumption of energy in your house. And just imagine that the sun would be shining. Can you imagine? Then the system would decide, maybe now is the right time to charge your car. We're tying the home energy management system as a next step to dynamic energy contracts. Most of you are on a variable or on a fixed energy contract, so most of you're basically paying more or less the same. It will vary from month to month. Well, with dynamic energy contracts, it's completely different. Every day, the prices are defined for the next day, and you're basically paying the price per hour. And the home energy management system is taking these prices into account. So you've got these typical 2 spikes. This is the data from Monday. There was a spike in the morning and a spike in the evening. This is the typical price evolution during the day. So what the home energy management system together with the home battery is doing is trying to avoid consuming energy that comes from the grid and using the battery. And obviously at night or in the afternoon when there's a lot of sunshine, we're charging the battery. The nice thing about dynamic energy contracts is that energy sometimes goes into a negative price. This Sunday from 1 to 4, there was a party at my house because I was getting paid to use energy. I was charging the batteries and I got paid for charging my batteries. And as a final step in our highly effective house, we're trying to move or create energy communities, trying to share the sustainable energy amongst companies and amongst our consumers. What we're trying to do with ecosystems and with this movement, breaking these silos, is basically trying to create a customer experience to tackle these bigger challenges in life. And I've got 3 takeaways for you. The first thing is, probably 12 minutes is not enough to remember the word and all the explanation of ecosystem. Just look into the ecosystems movement. Think about it, read about it, get inspired, and try to do something. The second big step is work on partnerships. We're all working in companies. It doesn't matter if they're small, medium, or big, but we need to break those silos, interconnect those silos, and go for the triple win. And as a final point, once you've established that, then we can craft these exceptional customer experiences that we are looking for. Thank you very much. 1 minute to spare.
Thank you for sharing your story. It's amazing what you are doing behind the scenes at the bank. With your team, of course. One question maybe. If I ask you to think 2 years ahead and you can imagine your preferred ultimate newspaper article, what would be the head of it?
Can I have a headline and a subheadline?
A headline and a subline describing your work.
Okay, the headline is ecosystem basically transforming customer experience. And the subheadline, and that's the most important one, empowering consumers really to challenge the bigger challenges in life.
Okay.
That's the subheadline.
We're looking forward to it, Peter. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Give him a hand.